Hi everyone, I just want to do a quick video on something I've discovered on the Forex markets which we should really capitalise on. Right, first of all, lots of things have happened since I've been gone. No one seems to be reporting this, and the mainstream media, big players, haven't picked up on it. Great bit of journalism for a change by this chap here, or either that or it's just all in plain sight, sort of whistleblowing. But basically, we were proved right. It was all fake and staged, as we knew. Mind control, the secret UK government blueprint shaping post terror planning. So basically, what they're admitting here is that everything that we see on the TV immediately following these big terror attacks is pre-scripted. It's pre-scripted, and the people that we're seeing are crisis actors, and they're pushing a political agenda. This is what they're doing. This is. I mean, we knew this, and of course, when you've admitted half of it, then the temptation to fake the entire thing, which is what a drill is, of course, a drill gone live, which is what all these terror events are, drills gone live. To shape public opinion with your pre-scripted garbage. There's a lot of fake news, the big stories. I'm going to have to do a video about it. There's so much fake news, there's so much deception, there's so many tricks, but they're admitting it. But they're just not, they're telling us, but they're not. So all them shills that came on my channel and YouTube who banned me for saying that these people post these terror attacks were actors, we've got here the government admitting to this roving reporter Ian Cobain that it's all scripted and faked. Like in Orwell's 1984, where all the crowds come out and start cheering and spontaneously for the how wonderful it is that Big Brother gives us all a wonderful life. This is this is what they've been doing. Faking the news, and it's really annoying. But with all this fakery and all this deception, once you know everything's rigged and everything's fixed, then you see it everywhere. And I've got something for you that is going to make you money now. If you want to get involved, I'll tell you straight off the bat what it is and what I've discovered. And I'm looking for 10 people to come in if you're interested, for just minimal amounts, because I want to free you from slavery. I want to free you from the 9 to 5, from the capitalist system, from the beast, and give you a way to make a living without actually working, so you can spend your time, learning or helping others or doing something constructive. How the Forex fix may be rigged. Okay, the Forex markets are rigged. If you want proof, there's a chart that exists that shows basically BBC stroke IG Group sentiment. Now, I was a member of IG Group. IG Group are a bucket shop. You're betting against the house, but the BBC on their economic programs make out their saints, or whatever, or legitimate even. They're not, okay, because I was with them and I watched them manipulate a market. I was doing 1 minute, 5 minute, 20 minute binary option trades with them, when binary options are all the rage, and binary options is all a scam. And even IG Markets was scamming me. I thought, if I join IG Markets, they've got a binary option. They're not going to scam me. A big company like IG. So, but they did. I recorded it. I've got the evidence. And when I left, they said, "Why are you leaving?" I said, "I watched you manipulate the markets against me." Okay, so you want to join a non bucket shop broker, you want to join an ECN broker, a commission only broker, so there's no conflict of interest, and you want to trade Forex, because if you trade CFDs, there's always a conflict of interest. You're betting against a house like a casino. They'll widen the spread, and they'll put a load of slippage in on breakouts and stuff, so you won't make money. Forex, IC Markets is one. There's quite a few actually that I am subscribed to, that are ECN brokers. IC Markets in Australia is one of the most popular ones. But how the Forex fix may be rigged. So is the Forex market rigged around the fix? The fix is around the 4 p.m. each day on the and it's called the London fix, and it's where the big banks try and push the money one way or the other at a certain time of the day, so they can make a sneaky little bit of money. Now, there's no Forex or no script that has been written to capitalise on this. All the Forex scripts and all the EAs, I've tested them all on strategy testers and back testers, and they all use martingale and grid systems. They will all blow your bank up. They'll make money, they'll have a nice curve for a while, but all of them, even these ones that cost 24,000 quid on here, there's loads of them. There's EAs and robots that are selling for you know, that one's 2,400. There's ones on here for like 30,000 quid and stuff. I've tested them all. You can test them, and 100% tick data. Don't use a strategy tester on MT4 without downloading the tick data from Duca's copy. Tick Story Lite. You can get a year's 100% tick data for free. So I've downloaded Euro GBP from October the 16th to October the 15th. So the last year, so it's 100% tick data into the strategy tester, and what I've done, guys, is I've spent years actually analysing the London Fix, and around that time for patterns, just repeating patterns, because I know the way the world works, that it's fixed, and that the banks are making easy money. I mean, the best bank traders are supposed to be doing 5 to 10% a month. Right, what I'm about to show you is the golden egg. This is what we're going to... who are we taking money from when we win on Forex? We're taking money from the big banks. So this is us against the big banks, playing them at their own game and having a nice slice of the pie. I mean, what's the other way? As I mentioned before, become a crisis actor and sell out, and make money that way. With all their tricks and stuff. No, let's go against the banks, using their own tricks. I've looked into it. I've discovered what they're doing, how they're doing it, and I've created a script or a robot that trades the Euro GBP. It's based on an existing script or robot based on the Pancake Eagle breakout indicator, which has been turned into an EA, which has been modified with my custom configuration to trade the London Fix time frame and to do a certain thing within that time frame every day. It trades once a day and it wins at an 85% strike rate. Here's the proof. This is the last 12 months here from the 2018 October to 2019 October, on the M5 time frame. Every tick the most precise method, blah blah blah. Euro GBP, using a spread of 2 or a spread of 5, it makes no difference, but you want to put the spread, if you run a strategy test on IC Markets, as low as you can, or put it on current, because current's not very accurate actually, it doesn't read it very well. Probably put it on 2 or 1 or something, because there's no spread on IC on a good ECN broker like IC Markets. There's practically no spread, and you're paying a small commission instead. So and it's either a spread or a commission. If you're not paying a commission, then you're betting against the house. It's just, you don't want to do that. There's a conflict of interest. They'll screw you over. They'll run plugins, virtual dealer plugins against you and stuff. IC Markets and ECN brokers who want to go with, where there's no conflict of interest, you're paying a small commission. Okay, so this has gone from a year. Now let's have a look how we started, because I want to try and get you excited about this. All these EAs on here are not in the same league. The ones that are selling for £25,000 on here in the MT4 marketplace, there's hundreds of them. So, some of them are 150 quid, but none of them work. They don't work on full 100% tick data. They don't. Otherwise, why would they be selling them? They'd be doing them themselves. The reason I'm selling this, I'm writing at the start of something, and I need a bit of capital to invest in it myself. I've invested the little bit I've got, and I'll probably end up taking out a loan if this doesn't work. But 10 people basically. I'm looking for 10. I don't want any more than that, because I can't manage any more than that. It'll be like a course. I'll give you everything. I'll set you up with the system. I'll teach you everything I'm doing. It's dead easy. It's all automated, so you don't need to do anything. It's just I'll just set you up with an account. You'll need altogether probably about 300 quid. I'm going to charge you 100. So it's 10 people at £100, and we all do it together. Then it's fun, and I sort of know all these people. I know you all anyway, sort of in a way. So we'll be talking to each other. We'll set up some forum or some communication where you can talk to each other. And you can talk to me anytime you like, and message me, and I'll help you out. But basically, what I'll be giving you is this the secrets, the golden egg here. I am the goose. I've laid the golden egg, and I'll be giving you the parameters and the secrets and the script and the robots, and I'll set you up with a VPS on ICO Markets or one of or Think Forex or some ECN broker and of your choice, and off you go. You know, with £40 you can do it. You can turn £40 into well, on the backtest results, 100% tick data, a Euro GBP. It's turned £200 into 5,000 in 12 months. But obviously, it's only started with a 0.11. There's no drawdown. It's an 85% strike rate, 85% winning strike rate. It's a tight stop loss. Like I say, all these are grid, martingale, or they trade without a stop loss. So that means you're waiting for a position to, it might go with hundreds of pounds into drawdown before it finally swings back. Again, none of this. This is a trading a fixed system within an hourly time frame. It's filtering out the news results and it's trading with a type stop loss. In other words, it's no risk. It's the golden egg. You're never going to lose your capital. The worst that could happen is 3 or 4 would lose straight off the bat, you know, and you'd lose a couple of quid, and we'd have to stop it and say, well, that's not right because it wins at 85%. We've backtested it, something's gone wrong here. I'm running it on live accounts now, and it's producing the same results on my live accounts as I'll just show you in a sec. But okay, so we're starting here October last year on a just make sure I'm still recording actually. Yeah, last year I'm running it on the strategy tester here, 100% tick data or 99.9% from October 24th. Now let's have a look. So we kick off the first one on a 0.11 mini lot. This is a 0.11 mini lot, so this is how safe it is. It's only trading once a day with a tight stop loss in a tight time frame, so the price can't go flying off for miles because we're not leaving it for hours. You know, it's as safe as you get. It's as safe as you can possibly get. So you could start with 40 quid, 25 quid I think. You need about 25 or 30 quid in your account for a 0.11 lot, and straight off the bat it should start winning at 85%, so it shouldn't even go into any drawdown at all. Yeah, and I mean, you could start this for 40 quid, so you could turn 40 quid into 5,000 quid in 12 months using this fixed system on Euro GBP. So I want 10 people to get involved with me now, and let's make some money and have some fun. First one here, £6.68, so up to £206. Then the next day £16.67, and the next day £8.84, and the next day £13.10. You see, it's winning as it should do. It goes straight from the bat. The line is going up straight away. Your money is not at risk. It's only trading tiny little amounts. Now you could start straight away and have that as a 1.30 lot, you know, 10 times bigger, and make 130 quid instead of 13 quid 10. So you'd have made 130 quid that day. And now what could you do? You could do a full lot on IC Markets with 500 to 1 leverage for about 110 quid. So you'd need about 110 quid deposit, and you could have made 130 quid on that trade. 85% strike rate. Here's the proof on the final report, by the way. Strike rate here, profit trades percent total won 83.11. So 83.11% strike rate, consecutive wins 23. Here, initial deposit 200, total net profit 4,563, and the drawdown. Now, no one can do this. You can go onto the signal services on MT4, and none of them can produce these results. None of them can produce anything like these results because we're trading a fixed market, and they're not. They're trying to do all sorts of weird things with when they don't need to. Okay, so the drawdown here, have a look at this, 12.3%. That's the maximum drawdown, 12.3%, and that was when we were already, you know, a couple of £1,000 in profit from an initial deposit of 200. You could start this for 30 quid. You can turn 30 quid into 4,800. It's just a strategy tester. I think minimum was 200. So we've gone here from, like I say, from October. We started 29th October. It started trading on 0.11 lot, tiny little lots. It started doing £6. Then it started going up to 0.19 lots, 0.20 as our bank increases. See, it goes up to 0.78, still tiny, you know. And then finally, now we're trading two and a half lots, and we're making 141 quid here, and 243 quid that day, and you know, 45 quid that day and stuff. It's still winning at 83.2% strike rate, and with a 12% relative drawdown, maximum drawdown, which isn't even that. It's it's a drawdown from when we've already made a ton of money. There's no green line drawdown here. This is the golden egg, as good as it gets. It's a fixed market. I found out how they're doing it. I've tested it, fully back tested it, configured it, turned it into a robot that trades the market automatically, and we can all make a lot of money very quickly and very safely. And whatever you can afford, I'd advise you to put it in. You've got no risk here, or very, very tiny risk. If we have, say, 3 or 4 that we're losing a row straight from the start, obviously something's suddenly gone wrong, but why should it? It hasn't gone wrong before. Everything's worked fine. Or and if in that scenario, if it did go wrong, what would you lose? You'd lose very small amounts, because it starts very, very small, so there's no initial risk. It trades a couple of quid to start with, and it will win at 83% straight off the bat, and I'll do it with you. I mean, we're all doing it, we're all in it together. I'm looking for 10 people to come in with me. This is based on conspiracy theories being true. The market's fixed. I always find out the conspiracy theories are, if they exist, and do videos about them and stuff, and that's great, but we never make any money out of it. But here we go. The forex markets are fixed around the London fix time, and as they suggest it is, it might be. It is, of course it is. Obviously, it's the banks we're talking about here. They're going to have their ways to make their easy money, and I found it. And here's the, like I said, 100% tick data, or 99.9% Duca's copy. So we've got turned 200. Let's last year on Euro USD, £200 to £2,000. Could have turned £2,000 with no risk to your initial 2,000 deposit, or a very tiny risk to your 2,000 deposit, up to nearly £50,000 in a year. So if you can grab a bit of money together, grab it together now. Contact me below, and let's get going. Okay, we're onto a good thing here. This could be a once in a lifetime opportunity. Soros and all those guys are trying to manipulate the Euro GBP. The key is the media use it as a propaganda meme, don't they? They go, oh, the pound's fallen, this is bad news for Brexit, it proves Brexit's bad, blah blah blah. No, guys, the globalists are playing around with it. Soros has even he's even basically said blatantly that he's going to teach us a lesson by it, and he's done it before. Okay, so it's happening. There's the proof it's happening. There's no risk involved because it's a fix. It's a good thing. It's completely legal because it's the banks doing it and they're above the law, and all we're doing is just observing patterns. All I'm doing is observing patterns and making a robot to trade the market according to those patterns. You could say those patterns are accidental, of course. I'm sure if there was an investigation, that's what they would say. But there we go. It's fixed around the London fix, just as they suggest, and I've made a robot to trade it, and I'm offering this to subscribers to come in with me on it. If you're interested, leave your comments below and we'll get going. Yeah, it's a good thing. On live accounts, yeah, I've just like I said, I haven't got much capital to invest in this, which is why I'm trying to put it out there for other people who might want to be interested. But as far as on live accounts, I've got a VPS set up here with about 4 accounts on, all with about sort of 90 quid on each account. I've got various I'm trading various, not just Euro GBP, I'm trading others because I've got a system which I'll explain to you later that does actually make money as well, just in the same sort of way on all the other charts, but it's really big at the moment on Euro GBP for obvious reasons, so this is the one we're concentrating on. So yeah, I've ran it the last few days on a live on live accounts. That there's the trade from the 15th of November. Trades once a day, so it traded a 0.14 and it made £7.28. So if we went in there with a 1.4 lot, it would have made 72 quid, or 720 quid if we went in with a decent sized lot, as the bankers would. Okay, so it's a winner anyway, so we can increase the lot size there easily. This is on a tiny little amount. I mean, even on this I could, on an £80, I'm going to turn it up now to maximum, so I'll be trading about on an £80 0.30, maybe a 0.40 later today, when it trades later today. Okay, so here's the day before on the 14th. It traded a 0.13 euro GBP and it made £5.85. Did it trade on the? I've only been doing it for a few days. On the 13th, yeah, it traded a 0.12 on the 13th and made £5.88. So you see, it's working on my live account as of course it will do, based on 100% tick data from Duca's copy on the strategy test. Just running exactly the same, winning at 83%, and we're at the start of something big here, guys. Something new and big. Let's be free. Let's be free from capitalism, the 9-to-5 slavery. Forex is a possible way to be free. It's slavery to most people. 95% of Forex traders, apparently, so I'm told, lose money, and that money goes to the big banks. It's a way for them to get money off people another way, but we can be in that exclusive 5% or 0.5% because we're trading something better than you could possibly trade from price action or from investor sentiment. As far as investor sentiment is concerned, the BBC I've got a business show on each morning. They got the IG Market bloke on, and they said today's Euro USD sentiment is buy or sell. So, and every single day their prediction was the exact opposite. Okay, that's how the media is being used by the banks to scam everyone. You can draw a chart from the BBC stroke IG group advice on market sentiment movement, and they'll get it wrong 100% wrong the time, because what they're doing is the stupid people who trust the BBC are following BBC sentiment and advice, and the banks are just manipulating it to do the opposite. Crazy, absolutely crazy. Why do people trust the media? They're in it with the banks. So here we go. This is one where we get our bit of revenge and get our slice of the pie, and no one gets hurt apart from the banks, and they won't even notice it because they're so rich. We'll take some money off them, okay? From using their own tricks against them. Yeah, leave your name and contact details below, and we'll get going and get rich.